Another election season is upon us and politicians are out to woo voters once again. Free or subsidized cylinders, loan waiver for farmers, free bus rides, electricity, and even direct benefit transfer. Populist schemes are well and truly back in the news. And you'll hear a lot of this in the political space in the upcoming days and weeks as the focus shifts from the Lok Sabha to key states, assembly elections that will have a significant bearing on Indian politics going forward. Today, let's talk about one such state, and that is the state of Maharashtra. With 288 assembly seats, the political importance of Maharashtra has been underlined several times. Even more so since 2019 when alliances changed, leaders changed and parties were split. Basically, a lot of twists and turns. As the state gears up for another hotly contested, fierce and high-stakes elections, one prominent initiative is gaining a lot of traction. The Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin scheme. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde calls this scheme for women a game changer. For a seemingly struggling alliance, the BJP-Shiv Sena-NCP trio is heavily banking on this scheme to drastically improve their electoral fortunes. So will this scheme become a crucial deciding factor in the upcoming elections? Hello and welcome, I am Shubham Chohan. Let's get started. So the Mukhyamantri Ladki Bahin scheme was announced by the Eknath Shinde-led government in July in the state budget. Under this, eligible women get 1,500 rupees per month directly in their bank accounts. That's 18,000 rupees per year. The scheme is for women between 21 and 65 years of age and also includes married, divorced, widowed, deserted and destitute women with an annual family income below 2.5 lakh rupees. The government says this will ensure the financial independence, health and nutrition of women in the state. Now, the scheme is largely modeled on the Ladki Bahin Yojana that was brought in by neighboring Madhya Pradesh ahead of the assembly elections last year. Many attribute the BJP's win there to this scheme. In fact, Maharashtra is one of the 7 states with direct benefit transfer schemes targeting women wherein they receive monthly financial assistance from the government. The other states that have similar schemes in place include West Bengal, Delhi, Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. So let's come back to Maharashtra. The scheme kicked off in August around Independence Day as several women got a message on their phones about the money being credited. On 31st August, CM Shinde said 1.7 crore women have already benefited from the same. He added that the ambit of the scheme will be expanded to cover 2.5 crore women in the state. A scheme with such a large base means a steep bill for the state treasury. The scheme is expected to cost 46,000 crore rupees. According to the Times of India, the state's finance ministry that's headed by Deputy CM Ajit Pawar had expressed concerns over the steep cost. It said that the state already had schemes for women in place that costed a lot of money. So it was important to avoid any duplication. The finance department also said that a 5% administrative cost for the scheme that would total to about 2,300 crore rupees per year was too high. Couple that and a state whose debt has gone up to 7 lakh crore rupees, the finance department made their stance clear. But the state cabinet decided to go ahead with the scheme anyway. In fact, the CM has also said publicly that if the NDA was voted back to power, the stipend would be increased from 1,500 rupees to 3,000 rupees per month. The desperation in a way reached a level that independent MLA and NDA ally Ravi Rana's remarks implied that funds distributed under the scheme will be taken back if the voters do not vote favorably in the upcoming elections.
ज्यांनी आशीर्वाद दिला नाही तर मी तुमचा भाऊ आहे ते 1500 रुपये खात्यातून वापस घेऊन घेईन.
So where is this urgency coming from? First, the elections themselves. On last count, Maharashtra has about 4.6 crore women voters. 4.6 crore out of 9.5 crore total voters. With 1 crore beneficiaries done, as the government claims, and a likely extension of deadline to ensure more women benefit from the scheme, the NDA or Mahayuti hopes this will convert into votes. Because remember, the alliance suffered a setback in the recent Lok Sabha polls. The BJP was down to 9 seats from 23, and the overall alliance with Shinde and Pawar only managed to win 17 out of 48 seats. Next, the credit tussle. Once the scheme was out, the ruling parties did not waste too much time in starting a PR blitz as expected. And herein lies an interesting story. Within hours of the scheme being launched, banners and slogans thanking Chief Minister Shinde began circulating. After all, the official name includes Mukhyamantri or Chief Minister in it. Then there was Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, who is going through an evident image makeover. At the center of it is this Yojana. A yatra began with Pawar's face all over, advertising the Ladki Bahin Yojana. You notice the change? In Ajit Pawar's case, it is not the Mukhyamantri Ladki Bahin Yojana, it's just Ladki Bahin. One way of looking at it is that it was him as finance minister who sanctioned the money for the scheme to begin with. Now, caught in a catch-22 situation is the Bharatiya Janata Party, who hasn't quite pressed the pedal on this scheme like Pawar and Shinde. As per the Hindustan Times, a senior BJP leader said the party was not too pleased with the scheme being promoted under the CM's name. A BJP leader was quoted as saying, "As the largest party, we have to take a cautious call on how much we should promote the ally. Keeping in mind that Shinde's strike rate in the Lok Sabha election was better than us, we have to ensure that our ally does not grow at the cost of our success." Almost as if the Mahayuti is pulling in different directions. Then there's the Maratha reservation issue. Spearheaded by activist Manoj Jarange Patil, the anger against the BJP and Deputy CM Fadnavis in particular has been evident since day one. Consequently, caste polarization has become a major hurdle for the Mahayuti. Take this for instance. In the Marathwada region, where the Maratha quota stir was the most intense, the BJP could not win even a single of the 8 MP seats in the region. The opposition Mahavikas Aghadi, meanwhile, has slammed the state government, calling the scheme an election gimmick. But do such schemes aimed at women translate into votes? The National Election Studies in 2019, conducted by the Lokniti program of the Center for the Study of Developing Societies, had an interesting answer. And this was from a central government's perspective. While it may not be the same or accurate for a state government, the findings are worth looking at. When voters were asked to name one policy or program of the Modi government that they liked the most, the Ujjwala Yojana, which is directed at women, was most popular. This was followed by the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Jan Dhan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. An equal proportion of men and women, that's 34% in the study, reported to have benefited from the Ujjwala Yojana. Among women beneficiaries of this scheme, more women voted for the BJP compared to those who did not benefit from it. That is 41% and 33% respectively. Among women beneficiaries of the Jan Dhan Yojana, 42% of women beneficiaries opted to vote for the BJP compared to 34% of non-beneficiaries. So the significance of a scheme like Ladki Bahin cannot be ruled out entirely. One way or the other, it does and has successfully become one of the top issues heading into elections. Whether it will be for good or bad for the Mahayuti will be very interesting to watch. That's all we have for this episode. Thank you so much for watching and subscribe to HW News English for more such videos.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.